Welcome to the first podcast of On the Journey. I've been thinking about doing this for a while now, so I thought it was about time I started. The focus of this podcast is about faith and the desire to talk about it. In the past, I've written many devotionals on faith, and I also captured many stories from others. Let's talk about it. Let's hear people's stories. I will begin with a story of a former co-worker of mine, how he shares his unwavering faith in the midst of his struggles. I entitled it, Faith Like a Rock. A former co-worker used to continually enter my office for a brief chat just about life in general, family issues, health concerns, etc. He has had brain surgery several years prior and suffers from seizures periodically. He's been having complications due to differing medical prescriptions that doctors prescribe to get the seizures under control. What's so amazingly funny is that each visit, there's a different bruising located somewhere on his body. On one occasion, after he had a fall, he came to my office with a bruised eye and a lump on his head and a badly scraped knee. I asked what happened, and he replied, "Oh, I had a seizure and I fell while walking down the street." Another day he came in and he just slouched down in the chair, and I noticed that his eye was badly bruised and his glasses were all scratched up and twisted. I faced him and laughed because he was so nonchalant about it. He had taken another fall. This scene repeated itself over and over in my office. It was as though he was preparing for a spot in a movie and each time getting more makeup on for a crash scene. I didn't know what to expect next. Even though Jimmy had serious health issues, he appeared to be healthy and strong. Without a doubt, he had strong faith. Among our conversations was a discussion about his faith in God. He told me one day that even if he were to die sitting in the office chair, he was ready to go and he showed no fear. His confidence in God's promises was reassuring. Suddenly, I was taken away from the sight of the bruises and the bumps and the scrapes. I saw a man who was as steady as a rock. I couldn't help but take notice of his unwavering faith. According to the Bible, this rock is Jesus. Jesus is referred to many names in the Bible. In Isaiah 26, verse 4, he is named the Rock Eternal. The verse says, "Trust in the Lord forever, for the Lord is the Rock Eternal." When I think about Jesus as being the rock, I think about him as being firm, steadfast, secure, powerful, solid, unswerving, and true. When I think about Jesus as being the rock eternal, I think about him as being true to his promises, certain of who he is. He promises life abundantly, peace and security in the midst of trouble, and a secured place in heaven if the decision is made to follow him and trust him and believe in his promises. We are held up by his mighty power, and he is a rock of all ages. Psalm 139, verses 7 to 10 says, "Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. If I ride on the wings of dawn, if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there your hand will guide me fast." Yes, he is worthy of our praise, faith, and love, and expectations of answered prayers. The Bible says to be thankful in all circumstances of life. Who feels like praising God when we find ourselves in the heavy trials of life? Very few, perhaps. But our faith allows us to trust no matter what the circumstances are. And since Jesus promised that He will never leave us or forsake us, we can learn to rely on Him for strength and guidance. We learn to trust and acquire faith. We learn to lean on the solid rock. May we all learn to place our trust in Him in all circumstances of life. On the journey, till next time, have a great day.